Hey guys, what's going on? I am splitting it up, but I'm only going over to the gym. It's a pretty nice day actually, even though it's the middle of October, or yeah, getting right to the middle of October. It was still 80, about 80 degrees. And it's supposed to be about 70 by the time I'm predicting I'll be done. I might get a little chilly on the way home, but it should not be any excuse, because I keep saying it, although I keep going against what I say, but there shouldn't be an excuse not to wear gear. I'm just not wearing gear this time, but I was in a hurry. But that's about it. I'm going, one thing I did, I don't have much of a topic. I'm just going to tell you about what I kind of did today. And working on cars and everything. You guys all know I mentioned I do stuff with racing and cars that way. I worked at dealerships before all this, and so I know my way around cars, even passenger cars, fairly well. I mean, I'm not saying I know exactly what to do on every car, but I've seen enough cars and kind of know what the different parts and pieces are, even on passenger cars and inside the cars. So as long as I kind of take my time when I'm taking it apart, if I've never done it before, the particular job or on that particular car, as long as I take my time, I can do the job and not mess anything up. Because a lot of the parts and pieces and how things are done are similar. Anyway, like today, I have a Mazda pickup truck that I've been driving since my crash in my other car, and there's no heat. I had no heat. I had to replace the heater core. I had done a few other things, and basically boiled it down so that the heater core was the only thing left that I hadn't worked on or changed. And I did that today. It took me about 4 hours, and I think if I really knew what I was doing, I probably could have done it in 2 hours. Because honestly, I was an hour and a half kind of into the project. I was kind of doing it one way, didn't really work out, started doing it another way, where I was disassembling the whole dash, like all of it, and then I kind of paused for a little bit. I did a couple searches on the internet. I mean, I won't lie, I have never done that job on my car, so I was kind of looking. Between everything I had done plus what I found, the info that I found that I didn't have to take the entire dash apart, and it was, I just kind of assembled the right kind of tools, and there were some main bolts where I kept the dash together, and I just moved basically the whole thing away from the firewall, because to change the heater core in my truck, you're supposed to take the box, the whole air box, the fan blower, the heater core, all the vents, they're all together in like one big box. You're supposed to take the box out of the car, because the heater core has to come out the top of the box, and there's no way to get it out while it's still up in there. but I was able to pull it back enough to get to kind of the access point to get the lid off of the heater core, and pull it back enough to pull it up and out. And then I put it all back together, you know, reverse order. And but it was essentially, you don't have to take the airbag out, but I had the airbag out, passenger airbag. You take the glove box off, and you got to loosen the steering column and essentially disconnect the steering column inside the truck and pull everything back, just back away from the firewall and the windshield. And like I say, once I figured it out, it really should have probably only took me 2 hours, because even part of my time at the end, everything was kind of back in the original way that I had thought about doing it. Because it's my own car, I had actually cut a few things because I was going to try to pull it out the bottom. I thought I could pull it out of the bottom, and like I said, you cannot do that. So I spent a little bit of time with some glue and some foil tape, patching the box back together. But it's all good, it works now. You can't, the only way you'd ever see that tape is if you got upside down and looked under the dash. So even when the time comes, I really don't know when I'll sell this truck, because when I get another car, I won't be driving it, except for when I take my go-karts to the track. But whenever I do sell it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. The air works, I got heat again, and like I say, the only way you could see the tape is if you basically laid upside down and got under the dash on that passenger side. So I feel good about it, and that's interesting. It's got a radiator up front. I've never seen a buggy with a big roll cage and a radiator up front. He must not have a Volkswagen engine on the back, because Volkswagen engine, those old Volkswagen engines they typically put on those are air-cooled. But anyway, I feel good about it. My truck, everything's good. So I'm driving it for a little while, because as I say, I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to get another car. I was doing okay, even with the car, financially, but now that I'm going to have the ability to not have a car payment, I might try to go 3, 4, 6 months maybe before I buy a car, just to try to kind of stack my money again. But then again, if I find a pretty good deal, then I might just buy one. That buggy deal like rode right up on my ass there for a minute. I need to back off a little. But that's it, that's rambling. That's just kind of what I did today. And it was a nice day for it. It kind of sucked when I tested my heat, because it got really warm in there. 80 degrees outside and you got the heat on. But it's all good. This buggy's coming up by here. Let's see what he's got before I end it. That's because it's not even a buggy. He's got a V8 in the front. I mean, it's a buggy, but it's not the typical buggy like I thought. It's kind of cool. He's got a looks like a quick change gear set. racing rear end with coilover shocks, small tank. That's kind of cool. That's different. That actually looks like some sort of real car frame, not a rail frame, with the cage built on it and the gas tank, and he's got a V8 in the front. That's pretty cool. His exhaust needs a little help though. That one side's hanging off, bouncing around. But I'll leave it at that. We're gonna pull in. That's what I did today and what I experienced, and you guys got to see video of kind of a unique car right here. But be safe. I hope you're enjoying your days and have a nice ride. I'll see you guys on the next one.